Welcome to the Jar Media podcast.
Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this episode of the Jar Media podcast. I'm actually back today.
What?
So I don't know what to do because James is the host, so
Yeah.
you have to direct the flow.
I'm not doing this.
Come on, James.
I'm incapable.
Well, no, you
can't
said
do it.
you do a
Thanks,
better
man.
job
Might be
than
a
me, so
cyborg. No problem, bro.
No,
you said you do a better job.
I was making a joke out of it, Alex. Don't make me host.
What's your name?
Introduce
Pass.
yourself.
What's
Pass.
your name?
Hi, my name is Ruben.
What's your name?
Hi, my name's James. I bought my phone for this show and tell.
I bought this beer for my show and tell. I'm 5 years old. I got a bottle of Beck's my dad gave me.
Is nobody going to ask my name?
What's your name?
Well, no, it's too late now.
No, it isn't. Introduce yourself. Oh, shit.
Well, I guess it's my turn.
This doesn't
then.
normally happen, but we're the Four Funnies. Follow us on Twitter at Four Funnies.
Did you know when we actually had show and tell as a kid? Did
Yeah.
you ever actually bring anything in?
Yes, every time.
Every time. I love show and
I
tell. It
never
was
brought
great.
anything in because I had like nothing.
Yellow and blue Bionicles.
Yeah. I remember
Maybe
one,
like I'd take them out of my backpack.
one kid brought in his Beyblade like every week for weeks until the teacher was like, why don't you bring something different in next week? I'm not going to say his name in case one day he sees this. He thinks I'm like mocking him, but I just remember that.
You
I
can
never
mock
bought anything in.
year threes.
I always
It's
thought it'd be
fine.
like,
We were like 5. It was younger than that. Yeah.
Yeah, you can mock children
I
activities.
thought it was like always a cool idea to bring in like a snake. Like that's
I remember someone had a magnetic Spider-Man. I thought that was cool because he could like cling onto metal surfaces, and I was like, damn, that Spider-Man toy is like Spider-Manning right now. My Spider-Man toy doesn't do
a
that.
proper one.
It's lame.
It was always like the exciting part of the week, the show and tells. Even then,
Yeah,
I don't
once-
really remember anything I took in school.
no. I don't remember much of anything from school, to be honest.
I do. I liked primary school.
But you
I
say
didn't.
that, but you kind of.
I loved primary school actually. I fucking loved primary school.
Well, Jim, you didn't go and do anything useful, did you? You could have brought some beers for show and tell. What did you take in for show and tell, Jim?
A blue Bionicle.
See, Bionicles. That was all the rage. I had those ones that were like they had a trigger and you go like that, and then the wings go. Remember those, Jim?
When did Bionicles get
Do
wings?
you remember the ones that you could like squash into a ball? 'Cause they
The Rockshi, yeah.
I thought the Rockshi were the ones that were like, they went into a wheel, they were bigger.
The Bow Rock, you
The
mean?
older ones. What are they called?
The Bow Rock.
Yes, the Bow Rock. I had a green one.
I thought they were fucking lame.
Yeah, but I just got given it one
I thought they were
birthday.
fucking lame because they used the same design for all of them, and all they changed were the stupid circular pieces on the side. Jim, guess what I learned?
What did...
I learned what Jang in Jangbrick stands for.
Is this directly
shit.
from Jang? Did he tell you himself?
No, I was watching an interview with him.
Right.
What does it
Just a nice guy. There is no better YouTuber. There is no better person. Jangbricks is
Have you
honestly
ever-
no memeing, no joking. He's my fucking idol. I love Jangbricks.
Have you ever like
So, no,
communicated with him?
Yes, I left a comment asking. It was just a comment saying, "Jang, how do you do your stickers so well?" And he replied,
How does he do it? I think you've told us this before. It's a scalpel or something.
"No, he uses tweezers. He just says use tweezers and take your time." Great advice. I use tweezers every time now.
He's like the Lego like king. It's like,
He is the Lego
knows all
king
the
of YouTube.
techniques.
Yeah, he is. He is.
I've got to admit, his videos are really high quality. Like
They're super high quality to the point where I actually don't know how he does his production. Like I have no clue how he does it. He has like some huge table that can turn any sized thing, and he can do it seamlessly while doing
But he
narration
hasn't
live.
revealed the secret, has he?
No, he's kept it secret,
It's a
which is
trade
awesome.
secret.
But
Yeah.
but not only that, it's all white.
Yeah, well,
Like
that
it-
I understand, but it's the.
Yeah, but
it's-
how would you have a table that big
That's what I mean.
That looks so...
and turn it
How's
and still have it all
It
white?
looks perfectly white.
hmm
Perfect.
what does he actually do for a living? He's like some like computer person.
He's. I don't actually know.
Because like
I assume
He's a
Jangbricks.
full-time Jang.
like you would want to go to his house and see his
Yeah, but
Lego
before he
collection.
was Jang.
I don't
No,
know.
before he was Jang Brick, sorry, because I'm sure he was always just a nice guy.
He's more than just a nice guy to me.
And then his apprentice, Just Too Good. I've been on his channel a few times. Very proud of that. Anyway, James, direct us into the next topic.
No, don't go through.
See, it's not easy, is it?
I know it's not. I was joking.
It's not fucking
at
easy,
the time,
especially in the early days where I had to do fucking everything. Absolutely everything. That's why there are all those bullshit quotes from the early days where I'm just saying absolute nonsense that makes no sense. Because like no one was saying anything, so I'd just be like,
I was always pretty vocal in the cast.
It was different. We had no confidence.
No, not we. I spoke a lot.
I had no
Everyone
confidence. I was unhappy in life. Come on.
And Jim was only 6 years old, bless him.
I'm 8 years old now. Who wants to talk about abortion? All right. So the other day, I was on Twitter.
Oh, sorry.
And
Thank you.
Obviously, it's going to start well, and it's like, I was on Twitter.
I saw this thing saying daily reminder that you're allowed to not support abortion, but as soon as you try to take that right away from people with uteruses, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
what? Oh, I see.
Respecting their right to an opinion, but not their right for their opinion to control someone else's body.
Do you agree with that person?
I agree with no one on Twitter because they're all.
Yeah, I don't agree with anyone on
cringe
Twitter.
lords.
You know
You
what?
don't agree with yourself on Twitter?
No.
You see, I pick the problem at his terminology,
Yeah.
calling them an asshole.
Yeah, because that defeats
Because-
him saying he respects their opinion.
Yeah, but not only that, it's like it's quite a grey area. That whole discussion.
Yeah, it is.
And you're just saying, I'm right. Everyone that agrees with me is right. You're all wrong.
It's
Like-
like how most of them go. It's those
My
people.
stance
The other
is, of the pro-choice stance.
I'll
leave it at
but the
that.
thing is,
There
you can listen to the other people without just immediately thinking they're an asshole. If
Mhm.
they
Like,
come at you in an asshole way,
Then immediately I'm going to be like,
Then-
all right, you can get fucked
then
yourself.
that individual is an asshole.
Mhm.
But if you listen to their points and what they believe, to them it's perfectly rational.
Perfectly
It's
rational, yeah.
it's fair enough.
Which reminds me, I was watching Change My Mind, and I
I've
always,
seen that one.
I always like the approach that Crowder takes, because it is one of just listening and respect.
He's
Yeah.
never an asshole. It's always
Never
the other
an
people who are
asshole, yeah.
assholes.
I mean, he says there are things he says where I'm like, okay, come on, that's not real. Norway has more mass shootings than America. All right,
That's
like-
just a hyper
yeah,
right
that
thing.
is, I've just taken this tiny fact, spun it around, and there you go. But I'll still watch him because I still respect that he is respectful about whatever he's expressing.
If that kind of thing bothers you, then you just can't listen to anyone because everyone does that.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone in
I wouldn't
politics.
say
does that kind of thing.
everyone. I'd say
They do some level of it.
if you're like a political, like you talk about politics, I think it's your duty to be respectful
Yeah.
of the other side. Otherwise,
He's always
everythi-
respectful.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean
I just
specifically
mean
him.
statistics and,
Yeah, I
and
hate
purposefully skewing
cherry
it.
picking,
Right.
Cherry
yeah.
picking.
spinning them around.
And if you're constantly spewing out statistics that the other person doesn't know, you can't say anything
No,
against it.
You can't, and you can't ask them to verify or cite,
Yeah.
the truth in it, or whatever. But it just made me think, because you tweeted today, does Twitter give you conniptions? And I was just
Mhm.
the moment you said I saw something on Twitter, I was like, man, Twitter does give me conniptions. And then I always think of that. Just conniptions. It's a good word, conniptions.
I don't know what it means. What does it mean?
It means like a conniption is like a fit of rage.
Yeah. Twitter
Ah.
does give me conniptions.
That's
Thank
why
you,
I
Dark
hardly
Souls
go
3.
on it anymore.
No,
I hardly go on any social media, if I'm being honest.
I'm like free from that. I follow such.
No, you're fucking not.
He just
No,
follows
no.
food and cars, and it's
No.
all
And
Japanese.
Arkela.
He
And
can't
dog
understand
things.
it.
No. I follow Japanese Twitter because if I follow car people, I get dog pictures, food, and cars all in one. So I get everything across the board by following a few people. That's smart following.
I guess.
I follow 2 people.
Yeah.
Get them all.
All right, Alex is host again.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm shit. Okay, I resign. Alex, take it away.
No, thanks.
I was reading something the other day about how Uranus was struck by an object twice the size of Earth, and that's why it's, off.
Sideways.
Yeah, that's why it's sideways.
Is it sideways?
Yeah, that's why it's
I
off,
didn't know
off
that.
tilt.
I will admit,
Because it was smashed into by
when
a
you
big
say
object.
said that, I just thought of uterus, and then didn't really make sense.
Well, we were talking about abortions, sure.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So-
That's fair, James. Don't be so hard on yourself.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Space is a big passion of mine. I enjoy reading about space, learning about space, and I would say I'm actually quite passionate to learn about it. And I was just thinking how school never gave me that. It was always just me finding it interesting because of maybe just films. Maybe I read a book once, read a little bit in a book. Maybe my dad said something and I always found it interesting. But school never gave me that same passion about
I did
anything
physics
scientific.
up to A level, and
Sorry.
I'd say like 10% of it is space, like sort of that sort of.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
area
any
of
of my
science.
passions or interests come from anything I learnt at school.
They don't.
None.
None of mine.
Nothing. Everything I'm passionate about now is self-taught, pretty much.
There were times when it crossed over. Like, I guess I kind of like photography, but then I think I kind of liked it before I studied it. So yeah.
I did photography A level and I thought it sucked. So
Well, yeah, I didn't enjoy the course particularly, but
That's what I mean.
It still helped me. I didn't like the course, but it certainly made me more critical. So I can take that away from it. Didn't dislike the course. I liked my teachers. Didn't like or dislike it. It was just.
I've hated every
Fucking
creative or artistic thing that's been taught.
Mm-hmm. Well, there I am. I'm still
You
studying
got-
film, and I've had the same experience as I had in school with it, where it's just like, fuck all of you marking this.
Mm-hmm.
Those drawers there are the same colours as the now.
Yeah.
Yeah, just noticed that. Anyway.
You can't by doing courses, you can't be taught creativity.
Uh-huh.
You kind of have to have
all
it.
it can teach you is just maybe other perspectives or being
Yeah.
critical. That's about it. And even then, if you're someone who maybe you have a particularly cunty tutor or teacher,
Yeah.
if they shit all over everything you do, and you never do anything that was your take on it, then what if your thing would have been really loved, but you were just shit on by some asshole who didn't like it?
Yeah.
Because you never have multiple perspectives. I learned that when my film was graded. I directed a film. I've still not shown it to anyone. I tweeted it, but I was gonna put it on Jar maybe one day. But it was graded by one person. He gave it a final just number, and it was so just dissatisfying. I was so just like, great.
That's my problem. Why don't they give you proper
We were
feedback?
given verbal feedback by a panel of people. And then one other guy just marks it. He just gives it a number without writing anything about what he thought. And he's I could tell you his name because he's a director. Except I'm blanking on it now. But not particularly.
You
great
need
director.
good feedback.
But-
Why wouldn't
Yeah, it's bullshit, man. What's
It
what's
is.
the fucking point if you're just gonna constantly
you
be
can't
shit on?
improve if
How
you
you supposed to learn?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I'm still kind of angry about it. And he's going to be teaching me directing when I go back in second year. And I'm just thinking, am I just going to get annoyed with him? Am I going to get fed up with him?
Yeah.
But that's the only person that teaches it. There's no one else. So
There
I
are certain
thought that.
things that I guess are useful in terms of technicalities that you just won't know
I won't know
unless
someone-
you
Yeah.
know the correct ways to learn them. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I never would have learned Photoshop really if I hadn't done photography.
Well, the probably the issue is the fact that education has to encompass such a wide range of ability, so it has to start at a point that everyone,
Can't
even
understand.
the stupidest, can start and use as a platform to begin learning.
Something I just thought of then was the fact that even though I was sort of learned to use Photoshop, it's not as if my teachers were pros with Photoshop at all. They were having to learn it to teach us things each week.
The
So-
internet is the best tool for learning how to use anything. That's how I've learned most of my cooking. That's how I've learned basically every program that I use on computers. That's how I
Every time
solve
I've
all
had
my
a problem with my
issues.
computer, it's just Google hyper-specific problem. Oh, someone's had the same
Yeah.
thing. Now I know how to fix that.
You can learn every single thing on the internet, on YouTube. It's
Mhm.
insane how much there is out there to just
Well, it's like
get better.
our cousin, our younger cousin, he learned how to do these really elaborate card tricks just from YouTube videos.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's made me think of the fact that I said one of my passions is space. Something that I'd kind of forgotten about it for a long time. I liked reading about it in passing. And then I started playing Elite Dangerous, and that made me think, fuck, I really like this. So I started watching YouTube videos, and just reading articles about it. And it was just like a game, and then the internet that really made me start caring about it. And now I'm able to, that's just, it's a lame ass party trick, but now I just have these weird facts that I can tell you. There's a black hole that's radius is 20 times the distance of Pluto to the sun. That's its diameter.
The thing about that
is
is,
ridiculous.
when I was young, I really loved space as well. I had like a
Not
telescope
radius.
and everything.
Diameter. Sorry, everyone.
That just fizzled out.
I had
like,
a telescope as well because I liked it when I was a kid too.
it
It wasn't
fizzled
a very
out
good
because
telescope.
like
I had it.
that it was never in school, so it's like that's why it fizzled out for me. School mainly. It's like just when you talk about it, it's just like fuck. I find it so interesting.
I can remember the name of the black hole as well. S50018, like plus.
It's like when you talk about how like black holes like actually work. It's like holy fuck, that's so insane.
Well, we don't really know how properly yet.
But you've,
See,
like,
there we go. This is
explained
me
it.
just getting But we kind of get it.
Like there's so
Let's
many
not-
like good
let's not
YouTube
let's
channels
not
out
dive
there
into that.
that like
Like Kurzgesagt, whatever. In a nutshell.
it's like so great. And I
Yeah,
think it's
man.
something that I think people should take more interesting now in school, and the school should promote it more because that is like our fucking future as like a species.
Is not being on this planet.
Because we're fucking this one up, so we need to get the fuck out of it. So we
We
need
should probably
people to
put
actually-
resources in fixing this one, really.
Yeah. And then get the fuck off of it. Otherwise, we'll just end up with like a. I hate to reference this film, but I'm struggling. I don't know, like Elysium, where Earth's fucked and everyone lives in the rich live in a space station, or like, I'm pretty sure. Is it Alien where Earth is fucked as well? Is Earth fucked?
Yeah, they reveal that in like the fourth one, and Dead Space,
Dead
and in
Space, yeah, Earth is fucked.
Wall-E.
Wall-E, Earth is fucked, yeah.
All of them basically. Earth is fucked. We need to leave. That's
Oh,
what
we're
fucked.
alright for the moment, I think.
For the moment, but not next generation
See,
after.
what
and
I'd like is, without the Reapers killing everyone or the Covenant killing everyone, the Mass Effect or the Halo future, where everyone's like cool and it's all good. Not the one where we all abandon the
In
planet.
both of those universes, isn't like everyone killed?
That's why I said without the Covenant or the or the.
No, what you need is like
the
like
Reapers.
literally you need like an enemy in space where the
That-
Earth has to just kind of
Yeah,
mash
but they
together. as
wouldn't.
well.
That's what Watchmen is all about.
But we wouldn't unite.
Great story.
I know. I
Great
think
story.
we would.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Watchmen. We probably shouldn't say too much because it kind of spoils it for anyone that's
I
not
mean,
seen
it came out many decades
but
ago.
it's one of those ones I wouldn't want to spoil, where I'd say to someone just to watch it, but it's very clever. Good
Like
film.
the whole Halo thing is they had to join together to like fuck up the.
To beat the baddies.
Yeah. So that would happen in real life. Let's be real.
But then
If we were
right
gonna get
after
fucked,
it, in the lore, same lore,
they just
there's loads of like human rebel groups that just don't like
Yeah.
the military or any of it. So
But then,
either which way, humans suck.
but then,
alright?
like, wasn't the UNSC like super like
I don't know.
authoritarian? And
I
shit?
don't know.
And I'm-
Or only were,
Yeah.
at least. I don't know.
Yeah, Halo lore. I played Halo 5 yesterday.
Halo lore.
I don't even think about any of that shit as legit. Because what can you get from the games that tells you that?
You can momentum and bias is definitely in that.
I'd say the most is in ODST, and even then it's like super subtle.
And in Halo 3.
Yeah, the terminals have
The
a lot
terminals.
of backstories. Yeah, Mendicant
They're
bias.
full
which
of
is
it.
displayed in such a fucking god-awful way.
Why?
Yeah, but what can you say
It's
for that? era?
atrocious.
What do you mean?
Like, at least if someone talked to you, it just blocks of text that you have to go through, and then it does this
But
stupid,
it's the same as in
lame
lots of other
animation.
games where you get background stories where you collect things and read things. And it's
No, but nothing in the natural storytelling shows you any of that.
Isn't that like world building by having that there? Like more
No,
to
world
explore
building
and
is organically putting it into the game. Like, you can figure out stuff in like Dark Souls
By
from the
playing it.
environment,
shit. Yeah.
whereas in Halo
Well,
you
you
need
can do
to
the same in Halo to an extent.
not with that. Like,
Literally
own
every
shit.
map is like a relic from the past. That's like the whole thing.
What, like the multiplayer maps?
No, like the campaign. What do you think you're like going through? It's like ancient facilities and all sorts of shit. It's just you.
No,
gotta look
that
for it
yeah.
and know
No,
what it is.
I'm talking about like the Oni stuff. It doesn't show you.
Oh, that,
anything.
no.
Who actually knows the
And
only?
they only sort of started introducing that in Halo 4 and 5, and they.
Yeah, no one cares. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, exactly. They've left it too late. Nobody can see you doing that.
Well, they can see his arm probably. Might see that. Don't know.
I went to the cinema and saw The Incredibles 2.
Yeah, that pissed me off.
Why's that, brother?
Because you asked me like 2 months ago if I want to go see that with you. and then you just fucking.
No,
go.
and you're like, no, I'd rather see the fucking skyscraper.
No, I didn't say I'd rather
Jim, you're
see skyscraper.
obsessed with that movie recently.
I am obsessed.
I've
with
got
it. It
3
looks
pictures of the Rock saved on my phone from your WhatsApp.
Just
'Cause
turn
you just
off
said-
the
Why haven't you
feature.
turned that
I need
off?
to.
Yeah.
I haven't yet. What is your obsession with the Rock?
I don't have an obsession with The Rock. In fact, I think every movie he's been in is fucking awful. But that
yeah,
movie looks
I think
hilarious.
that's fair as well. And I've seen most of his.
I've seen a lot of movies that he's in,
His
and they're all
work, yeah.
fucking terrible. I don't know why people
The only
like him.
passable one
He-
is Moana,
Yeah.
and that's like hardly even counts. He's not even the main character.
We've
Not
talked about how
Not a very
fucking-
good like leading man. I don't think The Rock doesn't work.
He doesn't have like character.
But then maybe he could be if he didn't just agree to any shit script that was handed to him.
Well, I just think he so desperately wants to be the next Arnie,
Yeah.
but anything people can come up with is original
And he
or
doesn't have like the Arnold
entertaining.
Schwarzenegger charm.
No.
Have it. It's not there.
Well, I reckon a lot of people would say that he does,
No, I don't.
but he just doesn't have the movies to
No.
do it for him.
I was thinking, right, okay, my top here, it's got Sylvester Stallone on it and Rambo. Now that's cool, alright? But The Rock, I would never want The Rock on a shirt. I'd never want
Or
him
from
on a
his
shirt.
version of Hercules, you wouldn't want that on a shirt.
No.
He's
Remember that? Everyone remember that
I
one?
was thinking today that
No.
when I saw this, I was like, man, I wish that was just like Arnold though in Terminator 2 instead of, because that's a film I really like. But then just, you know, Sylvester Stallone and Arnie, but The Rock, nah. It's just,
I think. Well, The Rock's been in some like kids movies, like for a younger
Race to
audience.
Witch Mountain.
Was he in
like
Tooth
Hulk
Fairy?
Hogan.
Or was that
Yeah.
someone else?
No, I think that's him in Tooth
So,
Fairy.
but has whatever his name is, I can't remember. Has he been in like a movie aimed at kids?
Well, Rambo, yeah, he was in Spy Kids 3.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Okay, my point's up.
A 5 out of 5, perfect
Arnold
film.
was
That
also
movie
in,
is
Arnold was in
excellent.
loads of shit. Arnold Schwarzenegger
Oh, yeah.
loads of terrible films.
Yeah, he was in that one where there's like the action figures, and it's a Christmas film. We would watch
Oh.
it. It's fucking awful.
Didn't he?
Yeah.
he did,
It's got the kid. It's got the
Small
kid from Star
Soldiers.
Wars.
Oh yeah, he's the kid in it.
What are you
Yeah.
talking about? Small Soldiers, are you?
No, Arnie's on a mission to like get an action figure,
I was gonna say,
and at the
yeah,
end,
so-
at the
yeah.
end, he turns into the action figure.
Yeah, it
he
makes no
flies
sense.
around with a jetpack.
Twins as well.
Yeah.
Wasn't there one where he
Awful.
got pregnant? or
Twins is
something?
great.
Yep,
Oh,
there was.
yeah. I've never seen Twins, but I don't really give
It's
a
got
shit.
Danny DeVito in it, so you know it's.
You know his bits will be good. And the neighbor one.
I don't know what you're talking about, but
All
point is,
all
The
he
Rock
needed
hasn't had
though.
a film like that. He's been in a bunch of shitty Fast and Furious films. That's like it.
The Rock hasn't had Terminator.
Mhm.
The Rock hasn't had Predator.
The Rock hasn't had Rambo
Or Total Recall.
or Total Recall. Yeah. Or
The
Rocky.
Rock has had nothing.
The Rock hasn't had Rocky. Funnily enough.
that is
ironically.
very hilarious.
You need the duo, I reckon, at least. You need 2 good things.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he's got his 2.
Yeah.
Sylvester,
Arnold has his
Rocky.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Rambo.
He ain't got none. He ain't even got one yet.
No, he hasn't.
Nothing.
Maybe he will.
Some might
Maybe.
consider Fast and Furious his one.
No.
But Fast and
Well, he's not
Furious-
even like the lead
No.
man. of
Yeah,
it.
he's hardly even in them.
Maybe that film that's just about him and Jason Statham. Maybe that'll end up being really cool or something. Who knows? I doubt it.
It won't
but
be.
fucking,
No,
It
It'll
will
be
probably be
shit.
entertaining. Let's be real.
It won't.
It will.
It will
I
suck.
found Fast and Furious, whatever it was we watched that one
8.
time.
The
really
latest
not
one.
entertaining.
What,
It was so
to
fucking
entertain
boring.
Remember, it
ourselves
was so
while
sh-
it was
yeah,
playing, we
we
watched
watched-
clips from
we watched-
Valerian.
An actual brilliant film.
A movie way better than fucking Fast and
Than
Furious.
every Fast
at
movie
least.
combined.
Hey, you haven't seen the first one.
You always say that, but
no,
I guarantee fucking tea. I guarantee fucking tea.
No,
If we watched it.
You have to watch Vin Diesel actually act though.
But you say that, but it's not going to
No,
be...
before he had a personal, he had something.
It's so
Before.
cringy. I think you'd probably like it a bit. Kind of like I think Tokyo Drift is cringier though.
Tokyo Drift is fucking great.
That's the
Yeah.
one that the fans love, isn't it?
Everyone hated it
Yeah.
at first, but because it's like
Yeah.
just drifting like you mate
It's one of
joy.
those, yeah.
Everyone loves that. I love it.
Lol?
It's literally going to be me in a few years.
Let's keep our legs up
Literally.
like this for the whole cast, now, Jim.
That's good exercise.
Yeah, it is.
It's already really hard.
Yep.
I can do it for longer.
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
No.
This is a very leggy episode.
Come on, Alex.
Huh?
Pathetic.
I can't in this chair. This isn't leaning back. It's pushing me forward. Anything else happened in the last week?
Oh,
Something happened.
I started
scraped your
watching a
car.
movie with Shane the Rock Johnson in it. Shane from The Walking Dead.
What was it called?
Fuck knows. And let me tell you this.
Let me write that down. Fuck knows.
Fucking.
Let me tell you this. Don't watch it.
Great. Just don't watch
Actually,
anything with
That
him in
one.
because we don't know what it is, so you better avoid all of
What?
his sounds.
so I was laying there. I was ill recently. I was laying there, had like a day off because I was just ill. And I have Netflix. I have like some fucking anime one. And I was like, what should I watch?
It means Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll, yeah.
He
So I
knows
was-
the name. Don't fuck with
It's
us.
because people like hate on Crunchyroll or something.
Whatever, James.
So I
You
was
watch
watching-
anime. Just deal with it.
I don't actually. I
Embrace
just hate
it.
for no reason. So I was scrolling through Netflix and I was
still
like,
going.
what should I watch? So guess what I watched?
Breaking Bad season 1.
Valerian.
I started watching Initial D again.
For
For
fuck's
fuck's
sake, James.
Wait, it's on Netflix.
Anyway.
No, it's on YouTube.
Anyway, back to the important business. This movie with Shane the Rock Johnson.
I'm so
It-
confused.
It starts, and these three blokes are in a bar, and they get fucking smashed to pieces, bro. And so then the mystery is like, why have these boys just been fucking obliterated? It's called something Virginia. That's why I went on it, because of the song. But it's got this intrigue for the first like 10.
Is it Sweet Virginia?
I was
Yes,
gonna say, is it Sweet Virginia? Because I recognize.
it's interesting for the first like.
It's got a 72 Metascore, Jim.
Really? Anyway,
Jamie M. Dagg directed it.
let me tell you why I stopped watching it. It's got this intrigue. Why have these three people just been obliterated?
How your legs feeling?
And then this bitch just goes and tells you the plot. This is why they're dead. And
This is what we look like. This is what we act
Yeah.
like.
It's fucking lame. Like, why would you go and do that?
Because the
Like-
idiots need to know, Jim.
Like, just have a little
You
bit
need to
of
explain it to
discovery.
them
Know what I'm saying?
in case they miss it.
I was
You need to
thinking
grind
about
it to a halt.
continuing watching it to give it more of a chance, but I was just like, I was gripped, and then they just let go. You know?
There you go.
I don't want to have to be the one to grip.
I hear that. Don't
Damn
really
right.
know why I hear that, but yeah, I hear it.
It's a good metaphor. Fucking hell.
Jim, when are you gonna put your legs down?
When you suck my cock, bitch.
I like that.
I'd have to put my legs down. That was a trick. I'm not gonna put my legs down now.
We can outdo him, Alex. You just don't
Easily.
Try.
With ease.
Don't. You might touch. my
James probably
fridge.
could because your legs probably weigh nothing. So you can just keep them up.
Yeah,
They'll probably start floating anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, there's
Alex,
less
you
muscle.
donut.
And his
James's
feet are, like,
legs
pretty
are
big.
less
His
dense
feet,
than
his
air.
feet are pretty big, so it's quite a lot of weight right in the end.
How big are our feet again?
What do you mean our feet? We're not joined.
I have size 11 feet. Don't you have the same?
Yeah, we're
Do you have a grinding feeling when you bend your knees a bit and touch them there? I just want to know if that's normal.
Sometimes I do, but right now I can't feel it. Like my knees click though, so
Mine click sometimes.
my elbow clicks.
Noth- nothing in mine clips.
Do you
left
do you
out.
have like? I've got this weird thing with my mouth where like if I don't like move it, like in a few hours, it kind of clicks like straight open. And
Like
then when I
lockjaw?
close it kind of like shifts and moves. And it goes.
Doesn't
James,
sound
I think
normal.
he might actually be dead.
I think it's like.
You should probably see a doctor about that.
James is the fool.
Hey doc, I think I'm
It's like-
dead.
They grind together. You can actually feel the bones like grinding together, and you can feel it's horrible
That doesn't sound very good.
Do you take
James.
much LSD?
all the time.
That'll be it.
No, it's like some medical condition. think it's like genetic.
Jim, I'm just bored of doing this more than anything else.
Yeah, just
Stop
put your
doing
legs
it
down
then.
then.
No,
That's a weak excuse, a weak attempt.
I am
To try and
bored
win.
now.
Alex, hold my legs up.
Okay.
It's been 2 years since I did that, and it's still
Really? It's been 2 years.
been over
God, and it's
2
just
years.
scarred look really horribly.
You can't just walk into this band and decide you own it.
What?
Did do everything though.
It's literally the opposite. It's everyone else trying to walk in on my band.
No.
You want to walk in your bag because you want to make it good.
Give me that.
That was fucking awesome. Better than any rock movie, that.
Well, we don't know that. We haven't seen Skyscraper
True,
yet.
true.
We'll inform you tomorrow.
Cheers, bro.
Why did you throw the anger?
Do it.
No, don't throw Star.
No, that was a gift.
I know.
Don't throw Star-Lord. What
That
the
was
fuck
my
is that
gift.
pose he's in?
So, as we always do at this part of the show, we'll head over to the Jar Media Reddit for questions, so you guys can head over to the Jar Media Reddit and leave for us to possibly answer if they're upvoted and they're not dreadful.
You said that in the most long-winded way.
We're going to learn this.
Tool
We're going to
ever.
start with the futuristic bagel. Regular.
Classic
Regular there.
bagel.
Have you ever been irrationally scared of a movie due to the concept alone? I have a couple.
I haven't watched enough movies or look at enough movies to answer. To be
I remember
honest.
we watched fucking Cannibal Holocaust, and I was just like, all right, did we just turn it off in the end?
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Yeah, we started.
Pissed me off too much.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I remember seeing that. It's just
it was
like-
in the just sitting in Alex's room era.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was too real.
Well, some of it is actually just like snuff, isn't it? They killed animals. And
Yeah.
They killed animals, yeah.
It's too real. It's fucking just.
It sucks. And then Eli Roth made Green Inferno, and it's just
Oh,
fucking
so
appalling.
awful. I saw bits from that. Yeah. I
Um,
want some water.
Mine would be Tremors.
Having any.
Really? You love that movie.
I loved it, but the thought was always in my mind. Oh shit! What if this suddenly happened?
Is it about earthquakes?
It's about a creature or creatures that they hunt by following vibrations in the ground. So as you walk,
Is that how
Along.
you came up with the grass snake?
the grass
Grass
shark,
sharks.
yeah. Just Tremors
Fucking hack.
and Alien and Aliens.
Yeah, I found those.
The idea of a parasite thing that lays an egg in your throat and
Yeah.
then gradually bursts out your.
I always found the
chest.
idea of like zombie things. Like I always hated it when I was really young because I was like, imagine if your parents got turned into zombies. That really fucked me as a kid. It made me like really upset.
I can't think of any the baby-faced baddies in Brazil.
I don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
what it is, so.
They're pretty creepy.
They're really creepy. They're like these weird. Before they take their like hoods
Oh,
off,
fuck! I'm sorry, Brian.
they're like wraiths, and then they've
Mhm.
got like porcelain masks.
I was thinking about that. Why is not more horror material used? Because we've had fucking like big eyes, big smiley faces, and that kind of shit done to
Mhm.
death at this point. Why not use lanky things with baby faces?
Baby faces are terrifying.
Yeah.
on, like big things.
Yeah, they look so wrong when they're on.
I want to try and find a picture of the Brazil babies now.
I want to click one of my ankles, but I can't lift my legs away from here. I need to do that and like bend it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Run with Knives 99 says, Alex, in episode 108, you say, to any art from there is no correct opinion. So trying to convince people that there is an objective truth and that it's measurable on a scale. What the fuck are you talking about? No, it's not. However, in episode 45, you say, if you like this movie, you don't know what a good movie is. It's a fundamental misunderstanding of what filmmaking is in regards to Suicide Squad. My question is, do you think that there is a way to objectively evaluate filmmaking or not? If so, where does objectivity end and subjectivity begin? Holy shit, son.
That's
Right.
weird.
It's like-
First off, fuck your bitch and the click your claim. I don't know. That's hard. Sorry, man. That was cringe.
First of
think-
all, I'm gonna stab you in the neck, and then I'm gonna stab you in the chest, and pull out your heart.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I kind of refrained from doing what I did in episode 45. Because it's just
movie were
unnecessary.
you
It's just
talking about?
unnecessary to phrase it that way. Suicide Squad.
You said if you like it, then you're dum.
No, I said if you like it, you don't know what a good movie is.
Good job,
Well, I mean,
Alex.
surely there's a certain amount of like jokeyism.
Yeah, of
in
course. I'm pretty sure I said that in my actual IHE review of it. obviously in like a really over the top way.
Yeah. But that movie's fucking awful.
Yeah.
It is awful.
And anyone that likes it is a racist.
That's a better way of doing it.
Yeah. Because you can't come back from that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. My retort is always, who cares? What difference does it make?
Yeah.
Why does subjectivity and
that's-
objectivity even matter?
Like,
Yeah.
I can tell you that I think most Adam Sandler films are complete and total dog shit.
Mhm.
Then my cousin and my uncle would say to you that they think the man's a genius and that they can watch Click and 1 minute you're laughing your head off and the next minute you want to cry. And I'm like, well, I want to respect it, but I'm struggling to. Yeah.
We're at the point now where people are scared to say they like something before they can at least find their group.
To say I also like
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
Like the joke is always when Red Letter Media uploads, oh, finally, I can have an opinion on this movie.
And it's the same with Fantano. Oh,
Mhm.
thank God I can have an opinion on this album.
Yeah. Which is just kind of sad. It's like, it's really, your gut feeling is how you feel about it. Why try and lie or conform to what other people think about it?
Well, quite often, I find with just music, if I listen through an album and I have this feeling of, didn't really like that, but then I'm like, and I can't ever be able to listen to it again. I'll listen once and be like, I didn't like that, so I won't listen again. And then I'll wait and see what other people think. And if when Fantano's like, yeah, I didn't like it either, I'm like, yeah, see, I knew it. I knew it wasn't actually that
Mhm.
good. Yeah, but I at least listened to it and I'm like,
But what about times where you've had that feeling, but then he's said he
Well, then it
loves
makes
it?
me reconsider, and I'm like, was I harsh? Maybe I should listen again. But then
And that's where the rabbit hole begins. Where it's like, well, at that point, you just never know how you truly feel
Yeah,
about it.
you fooling yourself into liking
Yeah.
it because you're told
he
to
really
like
liked
it.
the new Death Grips album, and then I've seen lots of other people were saying before he released his review, 7, not that good of a Death Grips album. Then he released his review, and they were like, actually, got it wrong. I think it is good. But I still listen to it, and I haven't re-listened to it because I've not really been listening to Death Grips, and I'm still like, don't really like it still that much. Don't dislike it. It's just like, if I'm going to listen to Death Grips, I'd rather listen to, like, The Money Store, for example. It's just, yeah. So I still have it with some things.
I don't do that. Like, I don't care if there's a group who like or hate something. If I don't like something, that's it. If I like something, I don't
Yeah.
go for a group.
But James only likes really ugly cars and likes really shit
And
games.
bad
you know
things
RX-7's a
in
good looking.
general.
Shut up.
James's favourite car is the AE86 fucking Apex Chuino or whatever.
They're not my favourite. They're just mean cars.
Well, there you go. Like,
And I'm gonna buy one.
everyone's tastes and perspectives are different, so trying to boil things down to right.
like this,
Let's
right?
figure out what is
Look,
objectively good about
I
this.
don't want to say whether I like this or not because I'm afraid you might judge
I like
me.
that.
But
I didn't give a fuck.
really like this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me see.
Well, that's a bad example because everyone unanimously would love that. So
A
Yeah.
good example,
I don't love
you and you fucking hated everything Mad Max that isn't Fury Road.
that. No,
That's
but
not true.
They both also hated everything Mad Max
I-
Payne.
Love this.
true.
no, I gave the second Mad Max a 3 out of 5.
That's shit. Fuck you. Fuck you.
And I didn't really pay much attention to it and couldn't get into it.
Because you're a bitch and you're wrong. Everyone who loves
Shit.
Mad Max.
That really fucking goes. It's weighted really well.
It is an 80s film that's aged pretty badly.
No, it's aged perfectly.
No.
Didn't
No, it's,
There are certain films from the 80s that have aged horribly, and that's one of them.
no, definitely not.
Yep.
I was watching Star Wars.
That's aged horribly.
Controversial opinion inbound here. The first Star Wars film, I was just like, this is so fucking 1970s and hard for me to get behind. As much as I like a lot of this, I'm still like,
The only
why are we
part
dwelling on this? And why is it like this? What are you doing?
the only part of that movie I don't like is the lightsaber fight.
Yeah, I'm a Jim. I like
that
everything
sucks.
else.
But
I
there is,
never
it's still
was.
just very 1970s because we were talking about this.
What's wrong with
And,
the
and
70s?
people, I'll kill you. And people who see Star Wars as like high fucking art, and it's like they were just fucking. It was just a 1970s sci-fi movie.
Mm-hmm.
They just blew up, and then they did some more.
Can I just say that when I first watched Star Wars, when I borrowed it from Ruben like 2 years ago.
More than that.
I
'cause, like, don't know
wasn't
where
that
those
impressed with
DVDs are.
it. Like, it was just, it's aged horribly. It's just like, it's good
It has
for that
not
era.
aged horribly.
It hasn't aged
For
horribly.
me, it has anyway.
It's not aged horribly, like for most things. It's just weird 1970s isms.
It's like, it's
in
that
the
era.
first one.
I don't.
It's not
I
comparable
don't
to
think
anything
that at
from the
all.
Yeah, I love A New Hope. It's my favorite Star Wars movie.
I think it's bizarre how like, not modern, but it doesn't feel like an old movie.
It was way ahead of its
In
time.
defense of what I'm saying, though, I mean, I don't know really why I felt like this about it, because I watched it not too long ago before, in a very similar kind of head. Fuck, my foot touched the floor for a sec. I'm doing this and not really thinking, and I really liked it. But then I was watching it with someone who wasn't enjoying it, and every time
That does make a difference.
I was just sat there feeling uncomfortable. Like I can't like this because I got someone here who's not just sat here watching it. And there's just no response from them. Where for me, usually it was total elation to watch Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching it with someone
No,
who's just looking at it.
That
like, this
genuinely is a
sucks.
thing.
And it fucking spoiled a bunch of films for me watching films with them.
Really?
Yeah, I just felt shit coming out of them. Like, all right. Thor Ragnarok, liked that film. Tried watching it. I'm just like, oh, okay, not enjoying this at the moment. And you end up turning it off because you're like looking to like for a response, and there's nothing, and then you just feel embarrassed for liking it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the last time I watched New Hope. I left.
Because you want to
feeling like
share the enjoyment, but
it's
if
just not there, and so
Yeah.
now it brought my
I get
feeling
that.
down.
I get that feeling when I show someone a bit of music, and you're like, "Oh, let me show you this bit of music," and then the person's like, the whole time,
Yeah,
and don't add it to their Spotify playlist or whatever.
mm-hmm.
And it's like,
Basically,
damn,
you
dude.
whenever I talk about
I just don't show music to people very often anymore.
No, I don't either. Unless I'm right and they're wrong.
Usually, I'm pretty good at knowing whether if I like a thing, whether someone else will end up liking that thing. I'll watch A New Hope again on my own and probably really like it. It's the thing. But at the time, when I was sat there and I had this feeling of like, should
Well,
I be more critical about this?
It makes you want to like empathize with the person that's
Yeah.
not enjoying it.
Because humans
and-
do that. Humans
Yeah,
do that.
and it makes you look for problems
Flaws,
that
yeah.
you never thought about before.
And then I start being critical of the fact that it's really 1970s.
Mm.
And it is really 1970s. It was just a fucking 1970s sci-fi sort of action-adventure film. That's what it fucking was. Which brings me back to the point about
it was
people
actually a
treating
lot
Star
better than a
Wars.
lot of science fiction from the 70s.
Well, that's
Yeah,
the thing.
but it
It's
still
basically
has
the
that
effects
19
that made it what it is.
yeah.
It still has that 1970s. You know, you can look at it and know that's the 1970s right
Mhm.
there. All right. And it still has a lot of that. So my point about people treating Star Wars as high art, when people get fucking bitchy about like The Last Jedi and shit, it's just like suck a cock, all right?
Last Jedi is a great
Because
movie.
Star Wars, what do you think Star Wars is?
Mm-hmm. That bugs me as well. Did you see the Clone Wars was re-announced?
Yep.
Or whatever?
Yep.
Say about that.
Clone Wars?
The
Mhm.
Clone Wars
The
show that was
animated.
cancelled when Disney bought Star Wars.
No, that's not the only thing. They announced that new one, didn't they?
That's what I just said. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like
A new season of.
No, 'cause
Star
it-
no,
Wars.
a new one.
Oh yeah, no, there is a new
There's a
Star.
pilot-
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
like
there's a
a-
new Star
a
Wars
pilot one.
show.
Or the TV show,
There's another TV show.
but
Give
it's
me one
live action or
moment,
something.
'cause I have
No,
it.
it's like really horribly stylized or something. TV show.
But the Clone Wars is horribly stylized
There's
as
the Clone
well.
Wars, the Star Wars
There's
Rebels,
Star
and
Wars,
there's a new thing.
Star Wars Resistance, which is
Yeah,
about
Star
planes,
Wars
it's about
Resistance. Yeah.
like pilots and stuff.
Planes.
I was trying to say
Star-
plane because
I love
like,
Star Wars planes.
and I have interest in that because it's like if they do it right, it'll be pretty cool. But
Wait,
then
It's literally a plane. Oh no, it's a fucking X-wing. In the thumbnail, it looked just like a plane.
I was just looking
Like
at
a
what
biplane.
James was saying
they're
about.
gonna. I haven't read much into it, but it's like the premise is interesting. Because at least something dedicated to that side of like Star Wars is pretty neat. But I don't know how
Yes.
they're gonna do it.
I wish Star Wars was just the main movies. I don't care about anything else.
Mm-hmm. I wish
like
it was just the
plane
first
stuff.
two.
Then it ended. It's not the way it works, Jim. Though. It's
Made
not,
too much money.
it's not the way capitalism works.
Fuck capitalism. Let's go become Stalin
Yeah.
or another communist fucker that made everything terrible.
Lenin.
Lenin.
Cameron the
Lenin, the
cannibal
Lenin.
asks, "What does the jar room smell like?"
When Argy's in it, it stinks of shit.
You mean farts?
When Argy's
Yeah,
not in
shit.
it smells of sweaty tits.
Does it?
Well, do you have sweaty tits right now?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, there you go.
I
A little
can't.
bit.
I don't know how to like explain this smell.
What is that from? A little bit.
It's RTJ.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Little bit.
Alex, what would you describe the smell right now? How would you describe
Right now,
How would you
I
quantify?
can't smell anything.
All I can smell is the
Nothing.
pain in my quads.
Yeah,
That's all I
can
can
smell my feet. Like I think they're going tingly a
This
bit.
this one just started tingling as
Yeah.
you said that.
I think the smell is mainly dictated by what's outside because of the windows.
Yeah.
We have a
So
natural
fresh.
odor in jar media.
Good news, everyone. Halo Infinite will not feature Battle Royale.
yeah.
Yeah.
He said, make your own battle royale if you want one.
Yeah. Well, and he just said the only BR we're focusing on is the battle rifle.
Way.
What do you feel about that Halo TV show? That's like properly been announced now for Showtime.
No. No.
Uh-oh.
Bad feeling.
They've
Goodness, they
fucked
haven't
up,
proven
like-
themselves so far. Fucking everything they've made has just been dog shit.
Halo Legends was awful.
Halo Legend was epic.
Halo
Nightfall.
and Halo Forward into Dawn all sucked.
I remember walking into your room when you were watching Luke Cage Halo edition. And
On the first episode, yeah, with the elite is
with the
walking
elite,
around,
he's running
about to
around.
drop some poison
And
gas.
it looks like someone took an elite from Halo 1 and just put it in live action. And he's like running
It's
around.
fucking so bad.
It looks so bad.
Yeah. Apparently, it's going to have an absurdly big budget, though. Or
What's the one
something.
they gave away with the best edition of Halo 4? Forward Until Dawn.
Yeah, it was that one.
Yeah.
I know you got the download
I
code.
watched that.
And if
I
you
always
it.
find Spartans in like real
Yeah, they
life,
look terrible.
really
Chief
cringy.
ran so awkwardly.
Uh-huh.
No, I remember it was like just
And,
like
and he
that.
had
Uh-huh.
his 117 like on
Mhm.
his
Just
armor.
really clearly on him, and that annoys me because Chief doesn't have that.
Uh-huh.
In
It made him
anything.
look like a football player or
Yeah,
something.
Yeah.
it did.
Really embarrassing.
Didn't you watch all of it to get?
Yeah,
the
I
helmet
watched
at the
all of
end?
it.
Yeah, I watched.
I watched
no,
all
no,
of it
that
as
was
well.
Nightfall, and you could just skip to the end of the episode, and it would count. to
Nightfall
watching
was
it.
so fucking bad.
You got a helmet from Nightfall. I don't think you got.
I
anything
never
to watch.
watched any.
I
of
thought
them.
it was actually going to be a story, but it was actually like this weird horror movie about hunter worms on a planet.
Let Gola.
Yeah.
Why was Locke in it as well?
I don't know.
Well, this is Nightfall.
Yeah. Locke was the main
Hunter
character.
worms.
Did it come out between
Hunters are
4
made
and
of worms,
5?
aren't they?
Yeah, Let Go.
Sorry, what?
Worm colonies.
No, it came out
Have it
before
yarn,
5.
and then they function up.
Yeah, between 4 and 5.
Yeah. Abysmal writing from Halo ever since Halo 4 came out, pretty much. So
This is what MLG does, Alex. That's what Mountain Dew does.
no,
Played Halo 5 yesterday. I think I said earlier.
Good
But
game.
the whole game.
I
Excellent
played the
game.
whole game,
Wow.
start to finish.
How long
I
did it
suppose it's
take
only like
you?
3 hours long.
I recorded it. 4 hours 17 minutes in total.
That's
That's including the credits and every cutscene.
Mm-hmm.
Every Halo game is about that length. When you know
They
what you're
normally
doing.
fit so much more in there.
Yeah, but the thing is, Halo 3 and shit is about that length when you're doing because you can speed through it, whereas Halo 5 kind of like makes you take that long because the game is so fucking like slow but
Mhm.
fast. It's really strange. It's just you're kind of fast, but then they just did this with every level. Just stretched out a piece of chewing gum. It gets thinner, but it's longer. That's it. That's what Halo 5
Well, they have
is.
to
It's a
because you can
stretched out piece of
sprint
gum.
and boost and fly around
But
everywhere.
I mean, even in terms of its like story and its content and shit like that, it's flashier, but it's fucking hollow.
When our first playthrough
but-
of Halo 5 was a co-op, wasn't it?
No, I played it through on my own.
The
You
first.
played it through on your own, and I started playing with James, I think, and
Yeah.
then you joined.
Can I say?
Yeah.
That was the most boring first playthrough I've ever done of a game.
I remember,
Yeah,
I
it's
like
remember
a COD game.
finishing it and being
Yeah,
like,
it's like a COD
that
game.
was good. Like,
I-
still thinking it's a Halo game.
Really?
It's got to be good.
I was within the first level. I was like, I'm just not feeling this. This feels wrong.
Yeah.
And I was just on my phone for most of the time,
I
just
have
pausing
this
it.
thing like it. Yeah, I've been thinking about it a lot. Thought about it more than any man should, like you said earlier. And Halo 5 is like if you took like COD, Titanfall, and Crisis and just went did that,
Yeah.
and it's just shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like it's not an awful game as like most games go in
No.
terms of that, but it's a shitty Halo game.
It's a hybrid of everything that's
It's a
lost
better
its
COD,
character.
a worse Titanfall, and a better Crisis. Because it shouldn't be any of those things.
It's a hybrid, yeah.
It shouldn't be any of those things.
It's lost what it is. It's lost itself.
I mean, COD's campaigns are still way worse than Halo 5.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
Modern
was
Warfare
up
3 is a better campaign than Halo 5. Modern Warfare 2
No.
and Modern Warfare 1 have better campaigns.
Dude, COD campaigns are so
War,
fucking
Black
bad.
Ops
Jim
1.
might kind of be right.
Did you say
there.
Modern Warfare 2?
Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3?
Modern Warfare 1, 2,
Maybe
and 3.
1.
No, they're way more
No.
fun.
They all have, like, with the crazy shit in Modern Warfare 2, fucking mowing
It's
down
just a bad
civilians.
Michael Bay movie.
Dude.
And then Eminem's like, when the lights go up, and the lights go out, and the lights go
Modern
I
out.
reckon if you
and the
replayed
lights
Modern
go
Warfare 2, you'd find it
Modern
really
Warfare 1
embarrassing.
had that sniper mission.
I said Modern Warfare 1, fine, yeah. You
But
can
yeah,
have
to
that
be
one.
honest, I mean, I tried playing
No.
through some COD campaigns recently. I was just
I
like,
finished
The great thing about Modern Warfare 2 and 3 is that it's one of those games that, like, it just goes fucking ridiculous, but all the characters within it take it so seriously.
you know,
Like with Gears of War 1, 2, and 3.
there's something that Halo 5, like, in Call of Duty, there are bits where it's like, don't shoot at that person or else the mission's failed, and then if you do it, the mission fails. And that's like that whole single player sort of immersion, and it wasn't just about like having this game with a story and you just kind of go through these levels. And then Halo 5 has these things where it's like trying to be like a Sony single player experience where it's like talk to these people and it's a slow bit. Oh, you can smash through this wall.
Yeah,
for
if you take those
extra
levels
options. And it's like, but these all of it's fucking meaningless. All of it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Halo 5, everybody.
Black Ops 1 had a good campaign.
This is what I was going to say. I tried playing the Black Ops 1 campaign recently, and I was just like, fuck this, Call of Duty's
No, because the
boring.
problem all of those games have is mechanically they're so sound in multiplayer. When you apply it to AI,
Fucking
it doesn't
boring.
work in those sandboxes. There's nothing fun about it. That's what makes the Halo campaigns fun, is the
That's
sandbox
the
with the
only thing
AI.
to take away from Halo 5 was that I was like, at least I'm satisfied when I'm killing things in this boring.
But even then, they completely ruined like what makes it good originally.
I mean, the only thing that's still there, at least, is the
I
gunplay.
disagree.
The gunplay's still there.
What do you disagree with about that?
COD, the gameplay on single player on veteran is good.
No, it's not.
No,
It's,
it isn't.
it's
It's
appalling.
fucking awful. It's
I
appalling.
love it.
It's just you can die in one hit, so you best be real careful. But there's no like,
Good.
it's not like
It's
Dark Souls
artificial
where something
difficulty.
in Dark Souls can kill you in one hit, but you can just dodge it. That's
I know what
there.
I mean.
I don't like fake difficulty in games where they just make
No,
it so you
yeah,
have less
COD
health and they hit harder.
COD
or
has a
whatever.
really bad issue of fake difficulty.
Fucking
I still think the
sucks.
campaigns are good and they're fun, and it's like, hey.
I was that one time we played one. I was so bored.
Oh, Black Ops 3. One we
Can't
played.
remember. Yeah.
That was, no, that
Jesus
But I
was.
mean,
Christ, was it
watching you
bad.
play Halo Wars is the most fucking depressing moment of my entire life.
You did
like,
that a
you
lot
can't-
as well.
What's that
You
got
can't
to do with
You can't review a game by sitting and watching
watching it.
someone
No, when
play
I was
it.
playing it,
Well, which one?
that one I played. I can't even
We
remember
all
which
played
one it
Black
was.
Ops 3 on. We finished the
Oh,
campaign in one
fucking
go.
hell.
Yeah,
Black
that's the one I mean. The
Black
one I
Ops 3
played.
was atrocious.
Yeah, that game was shit.
Oh, because I
like-
was playing it.
I didn't know what happened.
I just went home before it was done. I was just like, I can't
The
do this.
story, like,
It was so fucking
Didn't we
bad.
play it on like a stupid difficulty as well? The first playthrough, like
Mhm.
hardcore or something. It was
I
so
find
bad.
Uncharted really boring as well.
We argued as well.
So
We
do I.
got so like bored that we just argued each other and left.
Yeah, because we like died more than twice on one bit, and I was
Oh.
like, "What are you doing? Do it this way," and then they die, and it's just like,
Ruben called me shit because I died, and then we just argued, and then we literally just both went home. We were just like,
because of this shit game tearing us
game was
apart.
so
I ended
boring.
up finishing it and playing the best part of the game.
Yeah,
You had the best bits of Uncharted as well, as in the bits that were the most on rails and
The
you
set
tend to
pieces.
have control of. Which is bringing on something else that you tweeted today about fucking Spider-Man. Everyone's getting all, ooh,
Mhm.
fucking yeah, Spider-Man looks cool. It's just Batman, except you don't control him.
It's Batman, but worse.
Yeah.
if you want to make
And it
Batman,
doesn't make sense with the character because Batman is stealthy.
Mhm.
Like, that's what he do. That's what he do.
Spider-Man would just be like, hey guys, it's me, and they just
It's
fight
me,
them.
Spider
they've
Guy.
tried to
Yeah,
put
and
that
then-
in there with it.
But-
Some of the things I do understand, like the traversal looks awesome.
Yeah. But I mean-
but the stealth, what?
My
Spider-Man?
Yeah,
problem is
exactly.
It kind of looks like you don't fucking control Mr. Spider-Man.
You know the Amazing Spider-Man video game and the Amazing Spider-Man 2 video game? Exact same thing. Both had stealth parts. Like,
Uh-huh.
There were Amazing Spider-Man games?
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, after the movies, the Amazing Spider-Man movies, they made games for those.
Yeah, they did.
What?
And they had combat like Batman and stealth like Batman,
Did they?
but without the QuickTime events. And now this one is coming out
Wait,
for
yeah,
PlayStation
yeah,
that has
that
QuickTime
sounds
events.
familiar.
Yeah.
what I don't get though, because Mad Max is basically Batman, but they don't have stealth in it, and I don't. And it's
It's
like,
Well,
Mad
instead
Max
of
is
the
weird.
instead of the stealth, they
They
had
have
the car
cars.
combat.
Yeah.
but so why
Which
in
ironically
Spider-Man do they have to have the
Batman
stealth?
tried to do.
So why do they need the stealth in Spider-Man if they just have the
because
spider stuff?
there needs for the whole like Batman Arkham games to work, there needs to be the two types of gameplay,
Yeah.
Mhm.
so you can pace it. But
Mad Max
but
has
nobody,
the cars and the
yeah.
so
But
Spider-Man
loads of
has
games
the,
don't know what to do with
has
that
the
other part.
freedom and the Spidey stuff and then the fighting.
Well, Batman
is it-
had the freedom and stuff since Arkham City, so they need to have the exploration.
No,
as well
I
as-
think just seeing the Spider-Man stuff, it looks a lot better in terms of movement than Batman because obviously it's just like grapple.
But
it depends how much control you have.
Yeah, that's the thing. 'Cause
That's-
it doesn't
we
look
need
like
to
you have
see that,
much.
really.
Whereas in Batman, you can say the movement, but it's because you had control of it, though. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
It just doesn't seem that video gamey. It seems more like almost telltale-y
Yeah.
with like really high
Mhm.
budget.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. Oh well, we'll see when it comes out, and it probably gets a 9 out of 10.
It's like that Sony single player experience where it's highly cinematic, except you definitely have more control over like
It's still an open world game, I think.
Kratos and fucking like Joel and shit.
They've been hitting out of the park though recently. Jesus Christ, they have a good first party lineup
They
on
do,
that
yeah.
on that console.
I mean, I hope that Spider-Man game is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the
just
stuff
doesn't-
they've shown is just like.
It just kind of doesn't look.
I
Yeah.
hope
it's gonna
this,
be much
I just
of a
hope
game.
that's not all the game has to offer.
There's a problem with that game for me. If I see any of it, I get really bad headaches.
Why?
I don't know why.
This is a kind
That's
of weird
such
James thing.
yeah,
that
that's
just comes
you've
out.
got to
No. I'm
You've
not.
got
I'm
a
not.
condition,
I'm not.
man. You've got a condition.
Is
It's
it a
like,
colour?
It's
How
the
much
same
time have we
with-
got left? I want to put my legs down soon.
Well, I forgot to start the timer, so it's probably.
Well,
like
it was the same with
4
Destiny
minutes.
1. Like, I got such severe headaches that I couldn't play it. Like, there's certain games my head doesn't work.
That's not
with.
like a fair criticism.
It's
mate.
not. It's just like a weird thing
Just
for
a
me.
weird James thing.
You've
a weird
always
James
had
thing.
certain games where you've said that, and I've just been like,
What the fuck you
No,
talking
like it.
about, bro?
I think it's like if my first impression gives me a headache, I'm always gonna get headaches, and I've kind of had that of Spider-Man by watching the trailer we watched downstairs.
Halo Infinite will not have Battle Royale.
Sorry, I just.
It's
Sorry.
how I say games are good. If it gives me a headache, it's a bad game. If it doesn't, it's good.
What the fuck, James?
Does Tetris give you a headache?
Yeah.
Oh
Tetris
no.
is bad.
Does the original Mario Bros give you a headache?
No.
Okay. Good game then.
Epic.
my legs are burning.
Yeah, so am mine.
It's your fault.
I've had
Thank
my
you.
legs up longer, Jim, because you put yours down for a bit.
What?
Thank you for
You put
watching
yours
this
down for-
episode
Oh, right,
of
yeah.
the Jar Media podcast.
Not long though.
It's not called the Jar Media Podcast, it's called the JARCAST.
No, it's not. We call
Let's
it
do
whatever
one
we
more
want.
question, bro.
No, we need to end it. I've got a headache.
Oh, there was a Halo question I could have
Do it.
naturally put in.
Do it now.
Logan's Gamer Tan 9 says, "What was the last good Halo game in your own opinion?"
Halo Wars.
Let's change it to great, not good.
Oh.
Um,
Halo Reach?
Halo Wars. What year did Halo Wars come out, and what year did Reach come out? They're the only two Halo
Halo
options.
Wars came out in 2008.
Reach was 2010.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Halo Reach.
Yeah,
That's
there
a
you go.
stupid question. There's
I don't
only
think
one
it's a
good
stupid
Halo.
question.
If you say Halo Wars 2, you're a liar.
Well, if I interpret the question as where did Halo peak, it'll be Halo 3.
Yeah, that's what my answer was going to be as well.
Yeah, but I'm interpreting it as what was the last great Halo game.
Yeah.
Which for me is just Reach, because it's just still that same great quality.
Reach
I-
was definitely the best, like holy. But maybe
I didn't think so.
maybe I say
Halo
that
3
because
is
I
better.
didn't experience Halo 3 in its prime multiplayer.
Yeah.
That makes a big part of Halo 3.
That's the I'm looking at it objectively. Halo 3 for me,
Yeah, that's what
Way
I'd pick
better.
as well. But
last great Halo game.
because Reach has some like huge problems
Mm-hmm.
that 3 just doesn't have.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
with Halo
3 is the lame ass BR that's weird to use.
The
and
worst thing about
Yeah.
Halo 3 is the fucking field of view.
Yeah.
What the fuck
That wasn't an issue at the time,
were
though.
they thinking?
No one was complaining about that at the time.
No, not at the time. But I mean,
Yeah,
why
my
did they?
leg just dipped like to the ground about me asking it to. What
This is probably getting quite bad. But like, why did they decrease the FOV from Halo 2 to Halo 3?
There would have been
What-
some reasoning
what
behind
am I
it.
gonna
Maybe
grab?
that was a
I think-
trend at
yeah.
the time. I don't know.
I
It's
think
fucking bizarre.
the greatness of a Halo depends when you played it. Because there's definitely
That's with
people.
most games.
Well,
People would
I-
definitely say Halo 2 is the greatest if they experience the multiplayer for that. Then there's 3, there's Reach.
But I mean, looking at the packages, like as a whole, Halo 3 has the first Forge,
Which was epic at the time. Fucking great.
potentially the best campaign out of all of them,
Most fun anyway.
and really good multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
Like Halo 2, the campaign was sliced in half from what it should have been,
Had
Bit
way
ad
worse
hoc.
level design.
but the multiplayer was good, and
But then
that's it.
With a lot of Reach, although there's like the backtracking level, I have like, you know, there's some great mission design, the story's good, it's got a fucking great arts direction.
Reach's problem is the multiplayer though.
Well, and the
It's
the
weak.
sandbox is
Enjoyed it a
weakened
lot,
by
though.
the whole armor ability shit.
Yeah, the armor abilities and the maps are fucking awful in
Yeah.
Reach. They're terrible.
Yeah.
And
I
the
do hate
Forge
a lot-
maps really ugly.
A lot of the Slayer maps I thought were fucking awful. That's the thing. The multiplayer for me, though, in Reach was mostly just Invasion and Big
Yeah.
Team, which actually worked quite well, but it was the smaller stuff that did not work at all.
Mhm.
That sucked.
So like people love Halo for that 4v4 arena thing, and it
Mhm.
sucked in Reach. So from that perspective, I could see why people don't like it as much.
I never got into the 4v4 arena thing. I always liked
'Cause
the
it
big
sucked in,
backmatches stuff. Yeah.
In Reach,
Isn't it sucked in like every Halo
And I was
game
too
since
shit at
3?
games to play it in Halo 3. I was terrible.
I liked it in Halo 3, but
Yeah, it was perfect in Halo 3.
I
Yeah.
want a Halo 3 remaster that's got good multiplayer.
It's not
so
gonna
I
happen,
can
James.
It's never going to
experience
happen.
never gonna happen. The MCC's getting patched, maybe.
End this video so I can put my legs down.
Yeah,
Just
it's
put your
probably
legs down,
turned
you
off.
fucking
It's probably
baby.
turned off, so you can probably put them down.
Bye bye,
No, 'cause Jim
partners.
can see. Goodbye, everyone.
I can
Thanks
see.
For
it.
joining
Thank you
us
for
on
watching
this
this episode of the Jar
For the
Media.
Halo
Next week
episode.
we'll catch you on
We'll
the
talk
next
about
episode.
Halo again.
Bye bye, boo, baby, bye bye.
Good night.
Bye
Bye then.